বিরতির পর আপনাদের সবাইকে আবারও স্বাগতম এনটিভি ইউরোপের রেগুলার প্রোগ্রাম কমিউনিটি ম্যাটার্সে। আমরা কথা বলছিলাম ব্রিটিশ বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটির অ্যাচিভমেন্ট এবং স্ট্রাগল নিয়ে। বিরতির আগে আমরা কথা বলছিলাম জনাব সানাম মিয়া এবং জনাব সতেজ চৌধুরীর সাথে, এবং মিস্টার চৌধুরী, ওয়ার উই ফিনিশ দ্যাট you are giving commentary as an academic, how happy you are with the progress, and in general how much progress we made, particularly in academic field. So you said that you are emphasizing, if I am correct, that British Bangladeshi community, the young generation, they have achieved so much, particularly going to good schools or going good grade or going to good university, being graduated, then trying for good job. And particularly if you compare those demography of young people with the previous generation, obviously the achievement is significantly positive, isn't it?
It's phenomenal, particularly because we have such a large population, and when you think such a large I mean, it's nice to look at when people go Oxford and Cambridge, that's great, but there's always a limited amount of people that will go from across the world competing at those places. But generally, if you look at the amount of people that are entering degrees, doing graduate and undergraduate programs, then you'll see that actually we're participating at incredible high levels, especially when you compare it to other ethnic minorities, where actually you can clearly see that there is this push to have our people.
And it's a positive sign, isn't it?
It's a very positive sign.
But also at the same time, I'll come back to you, but also at the same time you said that this will be a very good thing for British Bangladeshi community as long as we can translate that number into employment, because at the end of the day, completing graduation, that's not enough unless and until you can get a good job, isn't it?
Yeah.
So but as an academic, you are happy with the achievement. As a community campaigner, you think that we have achieved significantly, in a threshold in comparison to other community.
Yeah, I think we really have. I think what's really interesting is the next 10 years. And the reason I'm saying is it's very different to the years you were talking about where people were really engrossed within the food industry. Now we've got lots of people diversifying, but particularly if you look at things like the digital economy, this is where things start to completely change, and a whole set of people need to be employed and trained in a different way. And we are really well positioned as a very young population. We have one of the highest youth populations of anyone in the country to really harness this this opportunity that's here and really take on and make sure our people are part of shaping the world.
Thank you very much, Mr. Satish Chaudhary, for that thought. If I ask you, আপনাকে যদি আমি সেম প্রশ্নটা করি, as an entrepreneur, can you give us some sort of commentary? উনি যেরকম বলছিল যে শুধু পার্টিকুলারলি রেস্টুরেন্ট বিজনেস না, বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটি ছড়িয়ে গিয়েছে অন্যান্য সেক্টরগুলোতেও, পার্টিকুলারলি বিজনেসে। তো আপনি কি মনে করেন, আপনি কি সহমত পোষণ করেন, বা আপনার ওপিনিয়ন কি এখানে?
I mean, as Bai said before, there's people who that are diversifying in
we have a phone call.
Okay.
Please allow me to take the phone call. আসসালামু আলাইকুম কলার, দয়া করে আপনার পরিচয় দিয়ে আপনার প্রশ্নটি করুন।
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম, শফিকুল আলম বানলি থেকে। আমি আপনাদের প্রোগ্রামে যোগ দিয়ে আমি এই বলতাম চাই যে আমরা যে আগের জেনারেশন, যেমন আমরা সিলেটের রাগিব আলী, তাদের মতো ধন সম্পত্তিবান ব্রিটেন থেকে পয়সা রোজগার কইরা তারা দেশও পয়সা বানাইয়া সেটেল হইছেন, এই ধরনের লাইফ আছিল অতদিন আমরা বাঙালির আর ব্রিটেনের সম্পর্কে। বর্তমানে বাংলাদেশে সংবিধানও যোগ করছে যে আমরা ব্রিটিশরা দেশে গেলে আমরা লগইয়া এমপি হইতাম পারতাম না, আমরা কোনো অধিকার তেমন থাকতো না। এর জন্য আমি হইতাম চাই কনস্টিটিউশন এভরি কান্ট্রি চেঞ্জ হইল, কিন্তু আমরা ব্রিটেনও যারা বাঙালি আছি এরা যেন আমরা স্থায়ীভাবে বসবাসের জন্য আমরা ব্রিটেনেরই সাথে যেন থাকি। আর ব্রিটেনের সাথে থাকতে হইলে সব আমরা প্রথমে পয়সার দিকে না আছে, ও আমরা দেশে যে বিল্ডিং বানাবো, প্রাসাদ বানাবো।
আপনার প্রশ্নটি করুন। আপনার থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ, উই গট ইউর মেসেজ। আপনার প্রশ্নটি করুন।
আমরা যোগদান করি।
থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ, থ্যাংক ইউ। উনি বলছিল যে বাংলাদেশে কনসেন্ট্রেট করার জন্য, এবং উনি রিসেন্টলি যে চেঞ্জ এসেছে আমাদের নাগরিক আইনে সেটা নিয়ে কথা বলছিল। তো দিস ইজ another topic for another day. তো আপনি যদি as a businessman আপনি যদি বলতেন যে আপনার ওপিনিয়নটা কি এই সানাম ভাই যেটা বলছিল আপনি কি সেটার সাথে একমত পোষণ করেন নাকি আপনি কি মনে করেন?
Yes, I do agree. আগে তো আসলো, there was a lot of restaurants, leather factories, but what we can see nowadays is people who are excelling in the field of digital economy, digital currency. You've got people who are running banks. You've got people who are running record labels. You know, these are all like kind of very different, you know, business fields. So yes, we are progressing. I mean, obviously, I'm going to mention a few names. They are not British Bangladeshis, but they are still Bangladeshis. So you've got Jawed Karim, who was one of the founders of YouTube. We all watch YouTube.
Exactly.
Our children watch YouTube. You've got
His father is from Bangladesh, but mom is
yes,
German.
German. You've got Fazlur Rahman Khan, who designed the CS Towers. Also the King Abdulaziz, you know, the Hajj terminal. And then you've got the, you know, we use Bose speakers and stuff. Also another Bangladeshi. So there's so much out there.
British
And-
Bangladeshi ওনার তো
Yes.
YouTube founder, he is based in America. How about British Bangladeshi based in India?
So we've got people like Sultan Chowdhury, who's running Al Rayyan Bank. We've got people like Sharif Banna, who's running a company called Awakening, a very worldwide company, mega. They are the people that made people like Sami Yusuf, Mahir Zain. You know, we listen to all these nasheeds on a daily basis, but we don't always know who are behind these companies. We've got someone by the name of Bliss Dixon, who's also a co-founder of a company called Bank to the Future. They are heavily involved in Bitcoin and digital currencies. So yes,
British Bangladeshi
Blockchain,
community, they have changed that particular curry business. You know,
trade
they are not
business.
just concentrating on that particular curry business. Rather,
No.
now they're concentrating on all sort of sources where they can thrive and, you know, do something better. Is there something?
of course, and you've got new tech companies coming out like Chef Online, who are you know, doing quite incredible things. You know, you'd think normally people would think, okay, Bangladeshi people, would they know anything to do with tech? But it's quite fascinating that, you know, we are actually, you know, moving along with our time.
Thank you very much. So you agree with this gentleman that actually we are not just concentrating on one particular sector of business, but we are
diversifying,
focusing.
yes.
Thank you,
Business, I'll
thank
let
you
you
very
have
much.
someone.
How about you, Mr. Abdullah? What do you think of this? You know, do you agree with these three gentlemen that how much we have achieved? Can you give us some sort of opinion or commentary that what we have achieved as a British Bangladeshi community?
Well, I think, first of all, I'm very pleased to be here on NTV talking about this wonderful issue, which is very close to my heart for a number of reasons. But one of the key reasons that you and my fellow colleagues will know that it's been an absolute pleasure. I mean, the last 5 years have produced a publication, British Bangladeshi Power and Inspiration, that has highlighted the success of our community. যে একটু আগে বলছিলেন যে predominantly in the 80s and 90s we are seen to be just Bangladeshis in restaurant and small business. Alhamdulillah, in the last 45 years as British Bangladeshis, আমাদের contribution to Britain, Great Britain, we are actually contributing, making this country great. From parliamentarians to a House of Lords to a business.
How many MPs we have at this point?
We have 3 MPs at the moment, 1 House of Lord. But I would say the last election, 12 Bangladeshis stood for parliament for all respective parties. That inshallah in the next election in 2020 or sooner, I would say that amar je BB power je 100 জন লোকের যে I've produced, every one of them are qualified, able to represent all sections of the community, not just যেখানে আমাদের বাংলাদেশি সংখ্যা বেশি. They could be an MP in any area. That is the confidence that I believe that our community has. So, you know, one of the things that, you know, the two businessmen in this room, look at their business. I mean, I always say, Amar Shafi Bhai, it's the smell of, you know, success. Because ওর যে ব্যবসা, you know, আতর ব্যবসা that, you know, we so dearly hold it to our heart. But he's taken this beautiful thing and put it in the mainstream. We talk about digital, you know, Sanam Bhai, back in the days, you know, our fathers used to go to an uncle, give the 50-pound notes and then hope that 50 pound goes to Bangladesh. Now what he's done with his business, I can sit home and ring and text, go online and send money to Bangladesh. So that's digital Bangladesh, right? That's digital Bangladesh, but it's happening in from Britain.
Yes.
So inshallah, every year it's been an absolute pleasure to unearth. And you know, he's been very modest, Sotes, as a young academic, a community champion. He's a role model. So last year in 2016, BB Power recognized him as one of the key 100 inspirational people in our community. The work that he's doing, we have lots of people who are just academic. University chakri koren, basha giye boya Guardian newspaper poren. But he goes beyond the call of duty. He engaged with community.
He was emphasizing on
volunteering. You know, out of the Muslim community is the most generous community in this country. But a Muslim community, Bangladeshi community is by far the most generous. And statistically, it's a proven fact. So this is the kind of entrepreneurial, kind of philanthropical role that we are playing in Britain. And inshallah, you know, in 16th of February, when we launch the next BB Power, you will be amazed the kind of people that we are going to showcase. Apne bolchen in terms of fintech, in terms of smart.
Every industry, every area.
You know, we have 20 categories. You know, when we started BB Power, আমাদের 10 category chilo. To be honest with you, we now have 20 categories. Even then, we could do it in 40. The people আমাকে প্রশ্ন করে BB 100 কেন? I could easily do BB 1000. You know, আমাদের 650,000 Bangladeshi, British Bangladeshi লোক আছে এই দেশে. Every one of them is amazingly doing well. I mean, from the catering industry, which is evolving. You know, we'll just chef online, and other computer companies are coming, digitalizing Bangladesh and digitalizing the curry industry. You know, it's a digital chef now. That's the way to look at it. So one of the key success of that has been the education.
With the advancement of technology.
The key success of that has been the education. You know, when I went to university, I had two friends that went to Oxford and Cambridge. One has become the MP, and the other one has just become the CEO of a major care providing company, Three Sister Cares. I did an event in November in Oxford. Amader BBPI Foundation এর পক্ষ থেকে 45 British Bangladeshi, you've seen it on my Facebook, 45 British Bangladeshi students are now studying in Oxford and Cambridge. And they're the only ones that I was able to reach. There are more people. There are more. So that just shows in one generation, you know, our community from 2 university students from Tahamlet, we now have 45 British Bangladeshis and more. So that is a success. And the only way to do more is amader because education is no longer free, you have to invest. So if you're going to pay, you pay for the best university. You go to the Russell Group, you go to Queen Mary, you go to places like this that you will get more for your money. So I believe in the next 10 years, as Sotes has said, our community, we will be competing with our fellow, you know, in the Indian community, the Chinese community. Because already the Economist magazine, Bolche, 2015, that the Bangladeshi students have leaped above the working class and the Pakistani community. We always like to do one over the Pakistani community, but so I believe our community, if we put the energy on our children education, that we will be at the Chinese and the Indian community level, inshallah.
So very quickly, thank you very much for that thought. Very quickly, if I ask you, what are the struggles of achieving such success? You know, what are the struggles that British Bangladeshi community face? In you know, in UK particularly, if you can tell us very briefly in 10 seconds.
I think 10 seconds is too less. I mean, depends. If you have a lot of money, then you know you can bypass so many problems. But for us, when we started Sunamas, we started with £1,000, and we had to literally like just, you know, work hard and be persistent and just keep at it. Normally, people just start and then they give up. But what you have to do is, keep going.
So what are the struggles, you think?
Struggles.
We need to work more than other people in order to get...
there's a saying like, it's what you do after 9 to 5 defines, how successful you are.
So we need to be working hard. Is that something?
Of course, working hard.
What else? Do you think there is an opportunity from the government or from,
I mean, we haven't taken any opportunity from the government as such. So, I think if you really want to do something in this country, if you can't do it in this country, then I don't know where you can do it.
We will ask the same question to 3 of you. We need to go for a quick break. সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, আপনারা দেখছেন এনটিভি ইউরোপের রেগুলার প্রোগ্রাম কমিউনিটি ম্যাটার্স। আমরা কথা বলছি ব্রিটিশ বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটির অ্যাচিভমেন্ট এবং স্ট্রাগল নিয়ে। আমাদের সাথেই থাকবেন। আমরা যাব একটা সংক্ষিপ্ত বিজ্ঞাপন বিরতিতে। কিপ ওয়াচিং এনটিভি।